Hey friends, the Baron without the window weather on this 12th day of August, 2014. So I'm here in my weed garden, because I call it that because the weeds took over. But my tomatoes are all doing well, and these are, I believe their names are Tom Thumb. They're kind of like a cherry tomato. Well, I'll show you. I'll put one in my hand, get a pretty good perspective of how big the tomatoes are. So they're nice. I like them. I've got a handful I've picked there, and as you can see, a bunch are growing. There's some other ripening in here. I actually got 4. Can't really tell, but there's actually 4 plants in there, and they're actually producing a whole lot of cherry tomatoes, or thumb tomatoes, or whatever you want to call them. As you can see, I'm not a big fan of staking tomatoes. I have came to the realization that certain tomatoes are good to stake and others, they do just fine. But anyways, what I wanted to show you with this is, so I've been doing some cloning of tomatoes because I'm trying to see, I'm doing an experiment this year to see if I can have tomatoes all year round by cloning my tomatoes. So if you haven't seen any of the pictures and such where I just cut a particular part of the tomato off and then put it in water until it starts rooting. I'm currently using beer bottles because I have ample amounts of them until I get my cob glass wall into place. So I'm just using them before they get repurposed to the next thing. And also I've read someplace that having the dark color glass of like the darker beer bottles is also beneficial for root growth in water. But anyways, let's to the main point. If you look right there, let's see if I can zoom in good. Okay, if you see right here, this is where it's coming like this, and it does a where the stalk comes and it shoots off another little branch here, and then this little third branch just zooms up right through here. In a lot of advice, they tell you to clip this because they say that's where you need to prune. Well, what I found is if you cut that about right there at the bottom of the peak at kind of a slight diagonal, that gives you the best chance for rooting. I've tried to cut some other places, like I've cut up here at the top, and it's rooted okay too. But I've noticed that this area seems, when you get one of these and you cut out this middle part right here, it seems to do the best at rooting. That one is pretty small. As you can see, it's not that much longer than my finger. I usually like it to get about double that, but that is a good representation of what you would clone. I mean, here's a little baby one getting ready in the future. So that would be another, right there will be another great place to clone in the future. So I'll let that one mature a little bit, and maybe I'll do some cloning there. So yeah, that's what I'm using to clone all of my tomatoes, so I can perpetuate more and more tomatoes throughout the winter inside and such. So anyways, it's the Baron without the window weather on this 12th day of August 2014, explaining cloning in my weed permaculture garden. Anyways, have yourself a wonderful day. Adios.